Hello students, how are you all? I hope you all are fine. Today we'll see Standard 7th and subject Science. In that, chapter number 9 and your chapter name is Soil. In the previous two videos, we have seen part 1 and part 2. In the part 2, we have seen up to main 6. Today we'll see main 7. See, the main 7 explain giving scientific reasons 2 marks each. Each carries 2 marks. See the number 1. Soil erosion is less in the forest areas. Answer is, in the forest area there are dense trees. Wind and water are two major factors for soil erosion. The dense cover of trees on land can tolerate the blow of heavy rainfall. The root system of trees binds the soil particles firmly. Due to trees, the flow of wind and water becomes slow. Hence, the soil erosion is less in the forest area. See the question number 2. The best soil for growing plants is a loam. Answer is loamy soil. First point 1. Loamy soil is a mixture of sand, clay and silt particles. Point 2. The sandy and clay particles are almost the same. Number 3. So air and water content is sufficient in it for the growth of crops. Point 4. It has a moderate percolation rate of water as well as water retaining efficiency. Point 5. The loamy soil also has humus in it. So the best soil for growing plants is a loam. Now see the main 8. Give 2 points of differences. 2 marks each. Now see the first one, difference between clay soil and a sandy soil. The first point of clay soil is the proportions of fine particles is relatively higher in it, and here the proportion of large particles is higher in it. Number 2, clay particles pack tightly together, leaving little space for air in a clay soil, and here sand particles do not fit closely together and there are large space between them. See number 2, difference between sandy soil and loamy soil. Point 1, it contains greater proportions of large sandy particles, and here it is a mixture of sand, clay and silt particles. In sandy soil, water holding capacity of it is minimum, and here in loamy soil, water holding capacity of it is medium. Now see the next page. See the main 9. Match the following properly. Write the alphabet index of column B in the answer box. 4 marks. It contains 4 marks. First of all, we'll see column A. 1. Clay soil. Number 2. Upper layer of the soil. Number 3. Sandy soil. Number 4. Middle layer of the soil. And in column B, A. Large particles. B. All kinds of soil. C. Dark in color. D. Small particles and packed tight. E. Lesser amount of humus. Now see number 1. Match with the D, small particles are packed tight. Number 2, upper layer of the soil, match with the C, dark in color. Number 3, sand soil, match with the A, large particles. Number 4, middle layer of soil, match with the E, lesser amount of humus. Now see main 10, answer the following questions in detail. Each carries 4 marks. Explain how soil pollutions and soil erosions can be prevented. See, in these answers we have to see the two soil pollutions and soil erosions can be prevented. So, first of all we will see the soil pollutions can be prevented by the following. There should be ban on plastic and polythene bags. Take care that plastic waste do not buried in the soil. Next point, waste products and chemicals from industries should be treated before they are released into the soil. Next point, the use of pesticides and fertilizers in agriculture should be minimized. Now see, the soil erosions can be prevented in that by growing more trees, avoid deforestation. Soil erosions be prevented by growing grass on barren land, leveling soil by ploughing. Next point, plantation of trees or making hedge or fencing surrounding the agriculture farm. Now see the activities to identify the components of soil. In that apparatus and materials are clump of soil, glass. Now see the procedure. See, take clump of soil. You have to take the clump of soil. Break the clumps with your hand to powder it. Now this clumps you have to break it, okay, with your hand and form a powder form. Take a glass tumbler, fill it with 3/4 of water. Add handful of soil in it, stir it well and with a stick to dissolve it. Dissolve the soil. Now see, here it's a gravel, then it's a sand, then other layer is the clay, then glass tumbler. This one is the glass tumbler. Here it's a water and here it's a humus. Now see the next page. Now let it stand undisturbed for some time. Now you have to, this glass tumbler you have to stand it for some time and don't disturb it. Now observe it afterwards. Now see the observation. In glass tumbler, different layers of the soil particles are seen. I have seen you in the figure that different layers are formed. From down to top, downward gravels, then another layer sand, then clay layer and humus are seen there. And conclusion is that the gravel, sand, clay, humus, etc. are the components of soil. Are the components of what? All are the components of the soil. See the number 2. To demonstrate that water remains in the form of moisture in the soil. Apparatus and materials in that. Hard glass test tube. This one is the test tube. Burner stand. This one is the burner. Bunsen burner. It's a stand. Stand. This one is the stand. Soil sample. Here is the soil sample. Here is the boiling tube and on the upper layer the drops of water can be seen. See the procedure. Take a hard glass test tube. Put 2 spoonfuls of a soil sample in it. Heat it on a flame. After some time, observe the upper part of hard glass test tube. Observation is that water drops are seen on the upper part of the boiling tube. On the upper part of the test tube, we can able to see the water droplets are formed. Conclusion is that on heating water in the soil, evaporates moves up. In the soil, the waters are there that evaporates and condenses on the cooler inner wall of the upper part of the boiling tube. And in the upper part of the boiling tube, we can able to see the droplets. That means soil has water in the form of moisture. The water in the soil is what? It's moisture. Here your chapter is completed and we will see the next chapter in the next video. Stay safe, stay healthy. Okay, bye.